What's up, you guys? It's Cody Steck, your Utah realtor, back with another video. Today we're talking about the pros and the cons of living in Provo, Utah. If you're thinking about making a move anywhere here along the Wasatch Front, if you're moving to Utah, whether it's Salt Lake City, Provo, Ogden, Park City, Tooele, it doesn't matter. Make sure to get in touch with me. Call me, text me, email me. My information's here on the screen. Just make sure you get in touch with me so we can talk a little bit about what type of lifestyle and what type of home you're going to be looking for when you make that move. So let's talk a little bit about what it's like to live in Provo. We're going to be discussing some of the pros and cons that you need to know about. And the reason why this is important is because no matter what city you go to, there's always going to be good things that you love about living in that area. And there's also going to be bad things. You know, no area is going to be perfect. You could move to somewhere like California and have great weather, but you're going to have terrible taxes and a lot of other downsides. So no matter where you go, there's always going to be a good thing. There's always going to be a bad thing. It doesn't matter where that is. I just want to shed some light on what it's like to live in Provo and kind of what you can expect. I'm going to keep it a little bit broad, but this should be helpful information for you here. So let's jump right into it. Number one on our list is going to be something that I always talk about, and that's that there is so much to do here along the Wasatch Front. If you're looking to get outside, you want to spend some time in the outdoors, and you want to go hiking, you want to go camping, you want to go fishing, boating, skiing, rock climbing, it doesn't matter. You can do any of those activities within just a couple of minutes drive from anywhere here along the Wasatch Front. We've got access to every single outdoor activity you can think of. Even surfing, you might have to do it indoors, but you can do it. Anything else that you want to do, you're going to have easy access to do it here, and it's just a few minutes away. So get up into the mountains and do some of those things. Get out on the lake, go fishing or boating, whatever it is, just make sure you get out and do it. If that's your thing, you're going to absolutely love living here. There's going to be some negatives. If you try to go fishing or you try to go boating and get out on the water on a hot summer day, it's going to be a little bit busy. If you want to go skiing after a big snowstorm, you can expect that it's going to be busy. You're going to have to wait in line a little bit to get up to the mountain, and then you're going to have to wait in line to get onto the lift. So these are just things that you need to be prepared for. Because it's so amazing here, there are a lot of people that want to do it, and a lot of locals here love doing all of those things. So just be prepared for that. If you're trying to do any of these activities on a peak day, it's going to be a little busy. The second thing on our list here is that if you're living in Provo or any of the surrounding cities, you've got awesome views of Utah Lake to the west. You can kind of see it no matter where you're driving around. And you've got amazing views of the Wasatch Mountains to the east. You're always going to get peaks of these different views no matter where you're going. You'll come up on hills as you're driving, and you'll be able to see that. So it's just a great daily reminder of the amazing scenery and the landscape that we've got here that we get to see on a daily basis. You know, I think a lot of us, especially me, I take it for granted. You know, I grew up here. I've seen this every single day of my life, and so I'm just kind of used to it. But when I go to other areas, man, do I miss it. I really do miss seeing the mountains. I miss seeing all of these amazing views throughout the city, and it's just awesome to be able to experience that every single day. And I am going to mention the downside to that. Because we are surrounded by mountains, we do get a little bit of inversion here in the valley. We'll get some clouds that roll over, and they kind of trap the air here in the valley that we live in. So whether you're in Salt Lake County or you're in Utah County, it doesn't matter. You'll still get a little bit of that inversion where the clouds roll in and they kind of trap that bad air here in the valley. So unfortunately, we don't have the best air quality. It's still a lot better than a lot of other big cities, but it's just something to kind of consider that every so often you're going to get a little bit of bad air quality that you're going to want to look out for and just take into note as you move here to the city. One of the other amazing things you're going to love about living in Provo is that you've got a very strong job market. If you're thinking about moving to Provo or even any of the surrounding cities, there's a very good chance you're looking at jobs in either the healthcare industry or the tech industry. This is where a lot of those businesses are starting up and moving to, or even building headquarters, because it's such a hub for that type of industry. There's a lot of jobs here, so there's a very strong job market, and the best part about it is that a lot of those jobs pay really well. So you can get a great wage working in one of those industries. You can live right there in town and have a great lifestyle overall. And again, over to the downside to that is that there's a lot of people moving in for that. So it is getting a little bit crowded. You know, a lot of the locals are upset about that. They're like, hey, this is our state, quit moving into the state. And I just think that's kind of a little bit ridiculous. I mean, people are always going to be moving around. I mean, who wouldn't move to an area that's got great job opportunities, a low cost of living, and a great lifestyle that you can have all in one spot? So, you know, that could be a good thing as well, because there's going to be people moving into the state that are also not from Utah originally. So you're going to meet other people who have made that transition just like you may be considering doing. So the last thing I'd add to that is just be kind of prepared for that you're going to be competing for these amazing jobs with other people who live throughout the country or even worldwide. The next thing I want to mention on our list is that you're right next to the mountains. Now, this does sound like the one I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, but I think this is a little bit different because we are so lucky to live so close to the mountains. You can get to any of those outdoor activities in just a couple of minutes. If you want to go for just an evening drive up into the mountains, you can totally do that. You know, in most other areas, they don't have mountains, or if they do, they're a couple hours away. So you can't just take a night drive up into the mountains or go for a morning hike or take the dogs out. It's just kind of not possible. Right here in Provo, you've got that ability to get to the mountains. I mean, even if you're on the west side of Provo, to get to the mountains, it's probably like 15-20 minutes to make that drive. So it's super easy to get into the mountains, to get away for an evening or a weekend. So if you are gonna move here, you're gonna love that. Just make sure you take advantage of it. Because Provo is so close to the mountains, there's not a lot of land left here in the area. If you look at a map, you'll see that Utah Lake flanks kind of the whole western side of Utah County, and then you've got the mountains on the east side. So when you squeeze in the Provo and Orem cities right here between that, you can see there's not a lot of land left. So this is going to continue to drive the home prices up, and it's going to continue to make the land here more valuable. This means that land and property will get more expensive in this area because people want to live close to these areas so they can be close to work, close to those outdoor activities, and still live in the city. The good thing about that is I think it's going to continue to increase in this way. So if you're thinking about moving here and you want to buy a home in one of those areas, you shouldn't be afraid to do that. You shouldn't be afraid to pay the prices that people are asking for right now, because if you plan to live there for at least 5, 10, 15, 20 years or more, there's a very good chance that you're going to capitalize on that and you're going to be able to sell that home for more than you paid for it when that time comes. Really quick, guys, if you made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me. Please give me a thumbs up here on the video if you like this content. It lets me know that you appreciate what I'm putting out here, and it kind of shows me what you'd like to see more of. And also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Here on the channel, we talk about everything you need to know about living in Salt Lake City, Provo, Ogden, Park City, Tooele, anywhere here along the Wasatch Front, I cover it. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, click that bell to get notified when I release new videos just like this one, and let's jump back into our video. So the next thing I want to mention on our list, and this may be a pro or a con depending on how you look at it. I mean, everybody's going to look at it slightly different, so I'll let you decide what you think. All of Utah County is going to have a suburban feel. It's going to be very suburban-ish. There's not really a main central downtown area like you get in a lot of other large cities. If you go to downtown Salt Lake, you're going to see skyscrapers, you're going to see that it's very walkable, and it kind of looks like your typical downtown area. When you're in Provo or any of the other cities here in Utah County, you're going to see that it's all pretty much suburban. Of course, you've got your major commercial districts where you'll have office buildings and you'll have lots of shopping and restaurants and things like that. But there's not really like a main central downtown hub where you've got, you know, skyscrapers and you've got a lot of tall buildings. You just don't really get that here. So if you kind of like that suburban feel, it's going to be a really good fit for you. But if you want to live like right in the heart of downtown, you love the skyscrapers, you love the noise, if that's your thing, Provo, Utah might not be for you. Guys, I could go on and on about what it's like to live here in Provo, Utah, but if you're thinking about making a move here, just make sure to get in touch with me. My information's here on the screen again. I'd love to hear from you guys. I love it when you reach out. I've got people all around the world reaching out to me about what it's like to live here. So call me, text me, email me, just get a hold of me any way that you need to so we can chat a little bit about what type of home and what type of lifestyle you're looking for, and then I can get you some information on what area is going to be the best fit for you. Guys, that wraps up our video. If you enjoyed this, like I said, give me a thumbs up here on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.